Hello, welcome to Flory Models Daily Vlog. Here we are on Friday the 4th of September 2015, and to be honest, paint, we seem to do lots with paint. Working on the Ducati, and to be honest, I can be honest with you, I haven't lifted this up since it was sprayed its last coat, which was about half an hour ago. Okay, so if we carefully lift this up, I can see what's going on under here. Yeah, I must admit, it's got a little bit of bluing. I think it's where it's drying off still, but really happy how we've actually come out. I don't know how well the camera gets all of these parts here. I take it they're dry, make sure my hands are clean. Yeah, it's got a dry skin on it, that's fine, no problem at all. With these ones I did two ways. I used it like a one-pack paint to do the inside, and then we did two-pack on the outside to go through with it, and then I've just given it a very heavily thinned one right the way as its last one, and I'm sure that's why we're getting a slight pink edge on certain things as it's all drying and doing its bit of coming down and things like that. Probably if I hit it with a hairdryer, hot setting, and got this in, we'd get the actual effect we're after very, very quickly. Okay, but actually that's going really, really well. We've got no orange peel. We talk about it a lot in this video. I've covered it, I've showed each coat as we put it on, and then we've allowed sort of 5 minutes between coats, and we've built them up, and it's had 5 coats in total. So really happy of how this is. It's very smooth. To be honest, I'm a bit annoyed. I've got a couple of little particles, shall we say, in the paintwork, which is what I rabbit on about through a lot of this entire thing, about making sure everything's clean. But you know, the thing is, we spoke about this when we actually worked on the truck, did the Ford F350 with a high gloss finish with that. In a scale point of view, if you were doing a car, you wouldn't notice these things, but because it's absolutely right down on it, you can see them, and they are very noticeable. So it's one of those things, unfortunately, where this tiny speck, you would never notice it on a car. By the time it's had a lacquer and a polish, it would go. On this, it shows up. So that's why we tried to keep everything as clean and as pristine as everything we went right the way through with it. But generally, I'm looking at all these parts, and I haven't got any orange peel. And orange peel was my nemesis, if you like. It always chased me. I always used to get it. Sort of got to grips with doing gloss work when we did the F350, and we did obviously the Hawk in black as well. This time I've approached it the same way, but sort of refined all those little things I've tried doing those builds, and I've put down on here, i.e. putting down the paint at a higher air pressure than I normally did. The old one I put down at a lower air pressure, thinner one. This is heavier, thicker, higher air pressure coats, laid down the colour, good grip, and then we went 5 minutes in between each one. So that way the paint it's going down onto can grip it as well. So it's not like it's just falling off. And it's finding that balance between there's enough on there to allow it to self-level and give you a perfectly smooth finish and not run off, to there's not enough on there and you're blowing air onto it and it's sort of dimpling it like a golf ball and you end up with orange peel all over it. So hopefully it's worked well, because what's happened is there's enough paint, the paint self-levels, balances itself out, nice thick level, and goes right the way through. I am more than happy with the way the paint is. I'm just a little bit concerned because it's a little bit white. It's coming back with a slight pink hue on it. Now I'm not exactly sure what that is. It's only in some areas, and it may be just as the paint is balancing itself out and it's drying all the way through, because it seems to be in the centers of things and not near the edges. So I'm hoping it's where obviously there's thicker paint there, it's just taking a little bit longer to self-level, but it is dry to the touch. I wouldn't obviously grip it with warm hands, you're going to put fingerprints in it, but I am more than happy of how this has absolutely come out. It's beautifully done. The parts are fantastic and right the way through. So hopefully, fingers crossed, couple of hours, that will dry back, it will go to a nice deep red. We can let that dry completely overnight, and then in the morning or tomorrow we can come along with a lacquer coat. Got a nice lacquer here, and we can lacquer the entire thing and give us a great lustreful finish, and then we can come in afterwards, decal it, put it together, and it's basically done. Because the bike itself is over here and it's literally just awaiting all the parts. So it's sat here busy waiting for this lot to be done, then it can all be bolted together. That's the final thing. So to be honest, Monday this one will be done and out of the way. So no problems with that one. And then we can start on RB6. We've got the Red Bull Racing Formula 1 car, so we're going to work on that next week. To be honest, I've looked at it, I've refined some of the ways I've done the bike. I think we can do the car a lot quicker. So we'll be pushing on with that, and then mid to late next week we're going to make our decision on the actual what is our next build. Now at the moment it's between the Mosquito, you can't see it, slightly out of shot over there, so we've got the Mosquito, that's the new Tamiya 132nd, as we know, ejector pin city, to do that one, or it's going to be the F104 Starfighter, and I might do it in metallizers. Again, it'll be your call. You can then vote on what scheme you'd like me to build it in, and I'll build it in that one, and we're going to make our way through. I've been speaking to a lot of you obviously about the live show and things like that. A lot of you have come up with suggestions and ways. We do have trouble with the audio. We have traced it back. There's no point saying we need mics and we need headphones. We've traced it back now. It's just where the audio quality is being compressed and sent through the net. We've done various tests on it because after the show, to be honest, we stopped broadcasting live. We talked to Steve and all the rest of it direct, obviously, after the show, and we have no audio problems at all. It's just literally where it's compressing and it's sending out the file. What we're thinking now is obviously you post your questions up as you normally do, and then each week me and the guys will come together and we will record it, because if we record it and then we put it up afterwards, we don't have any audio problems. It's literally just for live streaming, it doesn't like it. So you'll only be an hour behind us or something else like that. But that way we can go through the questions. This week, to be honest, we didn't make it all the way through. So what we're probably going to have is a bucket, and all the questions will go in it, and perhaps we'll pull them out at random. Okay, and we work our way through the questions all like that, or we just keep it in the same format and we'll roll over and continue to those questions that we missed on the week before, we can do the week after, or I'll roll them over to my Tuesday show, every other one, when we do it as part of the vlog, okay, and we can do it direct. So there's a little bit of playing, a little bit of tweaking going on with it and all things like that. So bear with us, we might try a few little different formats, a few different things, but I think recording it may be better. From our point of view as well, we can make it a little bit more interactive, because obviously then I can edit into that videos and various things. Editing's not going to take too much, to be honest, and be very straightforward. So just be a case of, like, you know, just putting in pictures, making them look better, things like that. So you get a better polished product obviously at the end of it as well, instead of just a live stream that's crackly and all over the place and blurry. Okay, so that's the plan with that one. This week, obviously, we finished off the Typhoon, so there you go, picture of it here. Thank you for all your kind comments on with that one. It was a fantastic build, so if you haven't caught up with that, it's a 15-parter. The last part is 45 minutes as well, so it's a bit longer on the last part. You can catch up with that one and see that great build, so that one's out of the way. And then obviously back here, we've worked on the bike, so you've got 2 parts of the bike have gone up this week. Working on this now. I have this done by the weekend, and then obviously what will happen is we can then push on with the other builds, as we said. So if you haven't voted for your next build, get in there and do it, because it is incredibly close. In fact, it was a tie last night between the F105 and the actual Mosquito, the new Tamiya build. Personally, I don't mind either way, but you guys keep saying about me building big stuff and you like to see smaller stuff, yet you all vote for the big stuff. So there you go, there's a hint. I'd rather do something smaller, but if you want me to do the Mozzie, I'll get on with it by all means, and we'll crack through that build and we'll see exactly how good that kit really is. So there we go, that's about it for this week. Lots of things finishing off, lots of gloss work, lots of airbrushing, which I absolutely love, but I'm going to leave you with all your great work that you've completed this week. So until next week, everybody, I'll catch you all on Monday. Happy modelling and take care.